I think I know what that is. I'll give you a hint. It's gonna make our life more quiet, and they're very heavy. You gonna see yourself?
Look at that handsome stud! Ooh!
Alright, so today we've got a little bit of another fun project. And it's something that I totally didn't even think about when buying a school bus. And I instantly noticed it as soon as I started driving it on the way back, going 65 miles an hour on the interstate. So it's something I completely overlooked. It's kind of a big deal, but not really, because it only is important when we're driving. This bus is super, super loud. So much so that we really couldn't have a conversation while we were driving. The guys over at Norco actually sent us 3 boxes of sound deadening. So super excited about that. Very thankful that they sent that over. I think it's gonna be a big difference from what we're used to as far as the noise goes. Right now, we're just gonna kind of compare how loud this thing actually is from what it is to what it could be. So here we go with that. So I downloaded this app and it's called I don't know what it's called. It's kind of like a sound leveler thingy, but all it does is basically measures how loud things are, and it's calculated in decibels. Right now, just talking regularly, we're averaging right around 62 decibels. That says a conversation. At just regular talking, we're right around 62, 67 decibels. So let's turn this thing on and see how loud it goes. How funny it would be if it didn't start right now. There it goes. Hear that sucker purr. So right now we're sitting at 70 decibels. So it's 10 decibels louder than what it would be if we're just having a regular conversation. So if I'm kind of talking loud, we're sitting at 75 decibels. I feel like I'm a nerd right now.
If my calculations are correct.
But it's loud, and you can't really have a conversation. Yeah. It's like talking with a loud person. You know those people that just kind of talk loud for no reason? Each box covers about 36 square feet. So we've got 110 square feet. Our bus is almost 200 square feet, so we're not going to be able to cover the whole floors. But I definitely want to cover the doghouse, definitely want to cover the stairs, and all the wheel wells. Probably run a strip down the middle, and then cover up here. That's pretty noisy as it is. And then whatever else we have left over, we're gonna cover the driver. Just closing the doghouse drops at 6 decibels. You ready? You see it? Not terrible, it's definitely manageable, but so it's not terrible, it's definitely manageable, but for the convenience of what it might do to the bus, we'll kind of determine if it's worth it or not after this. But this is just kind of the befores of how it sounds. So here we go to actually installing the sound deadening. Here we go.
One more step to making it our home.
These things are not light. Look who he came to join me. So it's 8:30 at night. Milo is asleep. I've been out here for like...
At least since 3.
Out of the 100... What's 36 times 3? Basically 40. So that's 120.
69.
Was that 100 and...
Wait, what was the question? 3 times 3 equals 6, right?
No, 3 times 3 is 9.
That's what I meant. 36 times... Wait, what was it? 36
so
times 3?
108.
6 times 3 is 18. 1 over 3 times 3 is 9. Yeah, 108.
Here we are, just trying to live in a school bus. So out of the 108 square feet that we need to install on this bus, I've probably installed like 12 square feet. So yeah. Not sponsored, but I love this candy. There's just stuff everywhere. It's been like a long time since I put this sound deadening in. It's all in, floors are done. The reason I didn't finish the video, I couldn't get the bus started. Ironically, this bus is from New Jersey, and with diesels, they have this thing called like an engine block heater block engine. It's basically this thing that you plug in to keep the glow plugs or whatever, something in the engine warm so that when it's cold outside, it turns over a lot easier. Because it is now winter, and it is like 30 degrees, 40 degrees, 50 degrees. So I couldn't get the bus started. I got a new block heater cord thing, got it plugged up, so now the bus starts. I'm really curious to how big of a difference the sound deadening actually played. We did it all over the floor. We did it all over the doghouse, the steps. I did do some up here behind the insulation, and then I did some along the front. One thing that you're gonna notice in the video is I did a bunch of spots like here and there. I didn't basically cover it like I did this whole section here. Reason being, I did a lot of research, and the way this stuff kind of works is it basically just adds weight and thickness to your pre-existing material. So in theory, if you've got something thin, if you put pressure on it or add weight to it, it's gonna make it thicker, so it's gonna make it more sound deadening. That's why they have some that are like 80 mil, some are like 36 mil, I think, or 50 mil. The stuff that we got was 80 mil. I did go ahead and cover the doghouse like 99% just because this is the central location. Just walking around in general, it is a lot more sound. So I'm curious what it's gonna be like when we turn this thing over. So, get my handy dandy meter thing. Typical conversation is between 60. Right now we're at like 60, 65 decibels. So if you walk into a restaurant, it's gonna be around 65, 70 decibels. Let's turn this sucker on. There we go, now she's purring along. I think that's just because it's colder outside. So I think it's more quiet. I mean, it definitely, as far as the decibel readings, it's running at like 63, 64, 65. Not a substantial difference, but it does seem a lot more quiet. It has like a lower rumble, like a hum to it, as opposed to like a little higher pitch. I think it's pretty solid. it definitely feels a lot more quiet. As far as the decibel readings go, I'm not too excited about what the difference in numbers is. You can really tell a difference actually being in here and what it sounds like, how it feels. It is a lot more like conversation friendly. So when Emily is sitting here and I'm sitting here, we should be able to converse back and forth pretty simply. I'm very excited. I think once we get a couple of pieces of furniture in here, that way the sound doesn't so much like echo back and forth. I appreciate you guys following along. Like it if you like it, dislike it if you don't like it. And if you could subscribe, we would really appreciate it. This bus is starting to come along and making some more progress now. Man, I love that.